Hello everyone, welcome to the Rise News live stream. I wanted to come on just for a few moments today after what happened this morning and just talk a bit about some of the updates that we've had since all of that happened this morning. Welcome everyone, good to have you with us. Thank you for joining us on the live stream. We'll be showing some of these things in the next couple of minutes. Just the latest updates in terms of various things that have happened today since this incident, and some of the things that I wanted to show you on the live stream. Welcome, hello. Please do like the video if you could, it really helps us to get it out there. I really appreciate you joining us. If you're joining us after this live, then please do come, when we do go live, subscribe to the channel and click all notifications, and you will get the notifications when we go live. So you can see that we do these licensed live streams where we have a license to show this footage, the live links and everything. So this is what we're doing. But welcome everyone to the Rise News show tonight. So yeah, we've covered this earlier today, this terrible crash that happened. You'll see it in our previous live video where we were showing this awful incident today, and a lot of speculation over exactly what went wrong in terms of this incident, which was a horrendous thing. And you'll see in the previous live video we showed the actual, there was news footage, which I don't know how they had a camera there by the side of the runway when they showed this crash happen, but there was actual news footage, very clear footage of the incident that took place. And this plane comes down onto the runway and basically crash lands on its belly as it came down, and it came down very late, it looked like, from what people have said. Came down very late on the runway and quite far down the runway, and it basically crashed straight into this perimeter wall and exploded. So please do watch the previous live if you didn't see that. It's been a lot of people talking about it today, and this is them still looking through the wreckage for the people that were thrown out of this plane as it hit the perimeter wall with such force, and they're looking for, sadly, for remains in the vicinity. So that's still going on. It's not a rescue operation, it's a recovery operation, because obviously there's not going to be anyone that survived that. And everyone did perish in the plane apart from two people, two air hostess, I think it was a male and a female, and they were in the back of the plane, which is that section you can see behind the rescue workers. And they were pulled out of the plane. They were the only two survivors. And one of them they're recovering in hospital, and one of them said, that they didn't remember anything after the plane touched down. And the other one said that they remembered something about, a bird striking the plane in midair. So that's the latest on what's been going on there. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live chat. Hello, Full of Hope. Hello, Sandwich. Hello, Mud. Thank you for modding with us. So just to let you know, we will be going live as well on New Year's Eve in a couple of nights. So if you're around then, please do join us for that as well. But thank you for joining us, everyone. Let's have a look at some of the things that has been shown today. Boeing has apologised, or not directly apologised, but they've basically extended their deepest condolences to the families who lost loved ones, and said their thoughts remain with the passengers and crew. The Jeju airline, which is like a low-budget airline in South Korea, has also, some of the people involved at the top of that company have come out and basically done a bow of apology to the victims and their families for what happened. But as I said in the title of the video, this is not the only one that's happened today in the last day. There's actually been 3, I think. I will go to this in a moment. But there's actually been couple of others that's all happened today. There's been the Canada Express flight, Air Canada Express flight. There's been a Singapore Airlines, and I'll show you the other stories from today that's happened as well. So this isn't the only plane malfunction story that we've seen today, and so more on that in just a moment. But there's been a lot of debate about what happened. I know that when people saw this video of this plane crash this morning, they were sort of, saying, why aren't isn't the landing gear down? Why aren't the flaps on the side slowing the plane down? Because it was going extremely fast, and you saw it just belly land and slide along the runway at quite some speed, and it just wasn't slowing down very well. And then it just plunges straight into this border wall. So there's been a lot of talk today, and some of these experts are weighing in, and some of them are saying that it just doesn't seem consistent, that they don't understand why this landing gear wouldn't come down. If it was just a bird or a flock of birds. Some people say it was a flock of birds that went into the engine and this, that and the other. So here you see war of words over crashed South Korean jet, as experts say bird strike would not have crippled landing gear, and emergency touchdown with longer runway may have saved some of the 179 killed. Aviation experts say a bird strike should not have crippled the landing gear of the doomed plane that crashed in South Korea and killed 179 people. The twin-engine Boeing 737 carrying 181 people is believed to have encountered a flock of birds as it came into land at Muan International Airport on Sunday morning. Unverified video footage reportedly of the aircraft shows a burst of fire coming out of the jet's right engine, supposedly showing the moment the bird struck the plane. Early theories had suggested it could have caused the budget airline's jet's landing gear to malfunction. Now, there is this video, by the way, which, as they say, is unverified. But this is the video that they're talking about that has come about. And you'll see in the video, it purports to show, if it is indeed real, but that's the video they're talking about that's been shared around. Footage showing it coming into land, and you see there just that blast out of the engine at the side. They're saying that is footage showing that incident happening before it comes into land. So you see that little explosion in the side engine there. That's what they're saying is showing that incident that took place before it landed. So apparently this plane tried to come into land once and then it went round again, and they say that the air traffic control warned about this bird strike before the landing happened. Experts have raised doubts with Australian airline safety expert saying, "I've never seen a bird strike prevent the landing gear from being extended." Airline news editor Jeffrey Thomas said bird strikes happen far more often, but typically they don't cause the loss of an aeroplane by themselves. The doomed aircraft attempted a belly landing before skidding off the 2,800 metre runway, ploughing into a concrete wall and bursting into flames. Aviation expert told Sky News that had it not been for the wall, a disaster could have been averted, adding that the aircraft was intact before it smashed into the barrier. And it's just like other people have weighed in and said, why didn't it land somewhere else? Why didn't it land onto an open field, or why didn't it go to the water instead? So there's just been a lot of discussion about this incident in terms of the various factors that have tied into it. And sadly, such a tragic loss of life, and how that may have been avoided, perhaps, if things had been slightly different. So yeah, that's the video that's come out in the day today, where it's purporting to show that incident happening there before it landed. So, but then someone said here, This is this all a coincidence? In South Korea, one incident resulted in 179 confirmed deaths, and another involved a plane landing without wheels, leading to 127 fatalities. In Halifax, there was a significant aviation incident involving an Air Canada Express flight operated by PAL Airlines. The flight was arriving from St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador when it experienced a problem landing at Halifax Stanfield International Airport. A Singapore Airlines plane encountered extreme turbulence, leading to the death of a 73-year-old British man and injuring at least 30 others. So this is what's happened today. And also, recently, this week, it's been a crazy week in the aviation industry. The scariest and worst to expect when flying plane crash happened in the last few days. 1 Azerbaijan aeroplane crashed, 2 plane crash in South Korea, and then 3 KLM skids off the runway in Norway. Crazy, crazy week and end of 2024. So this is what they were talking about. Air Canada plane catches fire today on landing hours after South Korea crash, airport shut. You see the footage there on that small screen. I don't know if you can see that, but look at that footage outside of the plane. Very, very harrowing. And on the right-hand side, you see the plane after that incident. Today, Air Canada flight 2259 experienced a landing gear malfunction at Halifax Stanfield International Airport, causing it to skid and partially catch fire. Passengers and crew were safely evacuated without casualties. This incident occurred shortly after the deadly Jeju air crash in South Korea that claimed over 120 lives. Air Canada flight operated by PAL Airlines has just arrived from St. John's, Newfoundland, when a malfunction in the landing gear triggered a fire that spread across part of the aircraft. According to initial reports, the runway mishap began when one of the plane's tyres failed to deploy correctly. The resulting imbalance caused the aircraft's wing to scrape along the tarmac, sparking a fire. Nikki Valentine, a passenger on board, told CBC News the plane started to sit at about a 20-degree angle to the left, and as that happened, we heard a pretty loud, what almost sounded like a crash sound, as the wing of the plane started to skid along the pavement, along with what I presume was the engine, she said. The plane shook quite a bit, and we started seeing fire on the left side of the plane, and smoke started coming in the windows. Wow. So, I guess this is the video. My goodness me, wow. So there's the video. Goodness. Yeah, I wouldn't fancy being on there myself. And then we've got the image here, as I said, of the plane on the runway. That says here, this is this Air Canada flight. And this came just hours after a Boeing 737 attempted the landing without warning, extending its gear in South Korea, resulting in the explosion and all but 2 passengers being killed. So yeah, 2 more airliners narrowly avoid disaster after deadly South Korean Jeju Airlines crash landing. And if you saw that earlier, that was the one in South Korea. Very, very dramatic footage and tragic, incredibly tragic. And as it said, everyone on board apart from 2 people, miraculously 2 people, just in the back of the wing on the back of the plane. And they survived, but you know, one family of 3 generations lost their lives on here, and I think the youngest victim was 3 years old, so just incredibly tragic. But yeah, so this one, so it's saying about the two other airliners, Air Canada, as we just said. The terrifying incident happened at 9:30 p.m. and closed the airport for more than an hour and a half. That's the Air Canada flight. And then it says earlier, KLM flight 1204 from Oslo, Norway to Amsterdam had to divert to Sandefjord, south of the Norwegian capital, after a loud noise was heard on board shortly after takeoff. During the emergency landing, the Boeing 737, carrying 176 passengers, slid off the runway. No one was injured in either incident. So yeah, that's just kind of showing you what's been discussed today. Thank you very much, Cyber LA Rudy. Really appreciate your support of the live feeds and the live stream. And they said there's been 3 helicopter crashes in CA recently. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. So yeah, this is the KLM Royal Dutch Airlines Boeing 737 from today. Experiences hydraulic failure, skids off runway in Norway. In the evening of Saturday, 28th of December. Oh, this says 28th of December. Okay. But yeah, this is the incident I was talking about. So this has just happened just before these ones. So thank you, Marcy T. Really appreciate you joining as a member. So that's the aeroplane from Norway, which skidded off the runway. It suffered a hydraulic problem shortly after takeoff from Oslo and diverted to Oslo. Different one. While landing, the aircraft left the runway and entered the grass. No injuries have been reported. So yeah, a few of these stories here. So what do you think? What do you guys think about these stories? These just in the last day or two. And I know that we were also talking earlier about how there's been a few of these in the past year. There's been a few Boeing incidents and a lot of talk about that. So Boeing 737. These are the latest images we have from Jeju in South Korea as this clear-up operation continues. Just horrible events today. But yeah, some of these ones were Boeing. I don't know about all of them, someone said there, but appreciate your comments in the live chat. Please do join in the live chat if you haven't already. It's good to hear your views. I'm just reading the live chat and what you're saying. But yeah, undoubtedly tragic incidents today with this one in South Korea. And as I said, the youngest victim was a 3-year-old boy. Very, very tragic. And, prayers go out to the families of those involved in this situation. And also as I mentioned earlier, we had this crashed Azerbaijan Airlines plane was damaged over Russia, which they say was the result of shooting from the ground. They say that it was like Russian defense shooting. Azerbaijan's president said the plane was damaged from the outside while over Russian territory and that electronic warfare systems put the plane out of control. So this also happened, this Azerbaijan Airlines plane, and that was only the other day, I believe. An Azerbaijan Airlines plane that crashed, killing 38 people, was damaged while flying over Russia due to shooting from the ground, the country's president has said. The president said he believed the plane, which crashed around 2 miles from Aktau in Kazakhstan on Wednesday, was not shot down intentionally. However, he accused some circles in Russia of wanting to cover up the truth about the nature of the crash. It crashed in Kazakhstan while attempting to land, killing 38 people and injuring all of the 29 survivors. So, yeah, this was... they've basically said that it was unintentionally shot down by Russia. And other websites, other people's opinions you'll see, they'll say, well, you know, flying is, is incredibly safe comparatively. But it does pose this new question about planes flying near war zones and things like that, with some of these incidents that we've seen like this. The Azerbaijani president has called for Moscow to admit guilt in the downing of a passenger plane last week, saying the aircraft had been damaged from shooting from the ground in Russia. The Kremlin has not said Russia shot down the plane, only noting a criminal case had been opened. Azerbaijani leaders said Russia had made clear attempts to cover up the matter. And I think there was some kind of apology from Putin of some kind, but anyway, so that's that kind of discussion that's been going on. Russia must admit guilt over downing Azerbaijani airliner, pay compensation, the president says. So, there we go. I mean, that's really the update that I wanted to bring you. With the South Korea one, it seems at the moment there's disputes, a war of words, dispute of opinion on exactly what happened, but why it happened. They say when they look into those things, they have to consider a lot of different things, like the black box on the plane and the various other factors that they try to spend a long time sometimes trying to work out why it happened. But a few strange things in terms of that they can't seem to work out at the moment in terms of why it happened exactly the way it did. But as to why it went round, and then apparently it landed the wrong way on the runway, and various other factors of why that happened. So there's a dispute at the moment, a debate in terms of what went wrong and why it happened. So I'm not making this live broadcast here to put people off flying. As I said earlier, I don't particularly like it anymore in the last few years. That's just my own issue. But obviously it's a safe form of travel in many different ways, safer than even driving at the moment. But I just wanted to bring your attention here, not to stoke fear about these things, but to cover it and show you what is being discussed and what's going on, and to bring you up to date with the discussion and issues that are being raised. So anyway, so please do come and join us on Facebook as well, or Telegram. We will get the links, the mods to post the links if you can. Please do subscribe to this channel so you get more updates. If you click all notifications, you'll see when we do go live. So you'll be able to see that. So please do, we don't have a Discord at the moment, unfortunately. We used to, but Telegram is the main place where you can join us. As I said, we are going to be going live for New Year's Eve as well, in the next couple of days, say the 31st. So please do join us for the New Year's, and we'll be showing kind of what's going on in the world. We'll have some live feeds at the New Year's Eve events to show you all the different propaganda and various things about the drone displays and whatever. We don't know what to expect, so we'll just show what goes on to keep you informed. But so anyway, thank you so much everyone for joining us today, and I really appreciate it. Thank you Mud, and to all the mods that are here. Really appreciate it. I just thought I'd give you this update on this story that's been going on. And I think unless something else goes on in the world, the next time we'll be going live will be New Year's Eve. So please do join us then, and really appreciate you coming. If you want to join as a member, there's the link in the chat, and also please do like this video. It really helps us so other people can see these videos as well.
어젯밤에
Thanks so
찍은 데가
much,
어디?
everyone.
여기 아니야?
아 여기서 찍어. 여기는 아니라 저쪽이야. 저쪽 차이. 일로 온다는 얘기였네.
뭐가요?
아니 우리가 가영 쪽 온다는 얘기.
나 밤에 오니까 어디가 어딘지 모르겠는데 어쨌든 여기서 찍다 보니까 선배 만난 데가 여기 선배 어디 여기
여기하고 저기밖에 없어요. 자